All right, we are back now. I had some technical difficulties for a second, but we're good now. We're good. Jeez, man, that was rough. Sorry if anybody saw that I was streaming for a little bit. Now I'm good. We're good. All right, we are good to go now. Had some technical difficulties, but good thing I started a little bit before the game actually starts. We are good to go now. I wonder if I do this, would this make it easier? No, that would not. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited for this ball game. I got both rosters in front of me. I'm ready to call a great game today. Evan Gosman goes to Chicago. Wow, okay. Alright, so tonight we have the Tucson Sugar Skulls versus the San Diego Strike Force. I have both rosters pulled up in front of me. I'm very excited for this ball game, not only because I'm a Sugar Skulls fan, but I'm really excited to see what Jerome Johnson can do against this ball club. I'm so used to baseball. Against his football team. Apparently Jerome Johnson wasn't on the team, I believe, when they played San Diego earlier in the season, so it's going to be very interesting to see how much of a better chance Tucson has with Jerome Johnson now at quarterback. And just like that, it looks like we are going to get this game going soon. National anthem about to begin. Here we go. As tonight the Sugar Skulls have a chance to make a statement. As tonight the Sugar Skulls have an opportunity to make a statement in this playoff race. A lot of people just think that they just were able to make it just because the teams below them weren't as good. Their records weren't as good. That's the only reason why Tucson made it. But tonight they have a chance to take on the #1 seed on the road and pull off the upset, which would probably be one of the biggest victories in the Tucson Sugar Skulls history. And I'm very excited to commentate this game no matter what, to see where this game takes us. And just like that, the coin toss is about to get underway. As it looks like Tucson rocking their white and yellow away uniforms. Strike Force rocking their all blacks as they're defending their home turf. I like Chucky Williams' attire that he has. He's rocking like the ghost in the back of his head. The shiesty. And just like that, we should be kicking off very soon. Alrighty. It does look like the Tucson Sugar Skulls will be receiving the kickoff to start this ball game. As Strike Force kicker Ernesto Lacayo, my bad, will be booming it off. And just before I start this game, the time is really hard to get down on the scoreboard with the time always moving. So don't even really bother looking at the time. I learned that from the last game. Just listen to my voice. And here comes Lacayo, and we are off tonight as the last game of the Western Conference Round 1 playoff begins, as that will be kicked out of bounds. Which will be benefiting Tucson right now. As it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tucson Sugar Skulls to get this drive going. How the offense looks, though, is really going to tell me whether or not we have a chance in this game. 1st and 10. Jerome Johnson drops back to throw. He throws it, and in and out of the hands of Brandon Mackey. The running back. And definitely a tough catch for a running back, but that was absolutely a catchable ball that has to be caught no matter what. Second and 10 for the Tucson Sugar Skulls offense. Jerome Johnson, he's going to hand it off. Or actually, he's going to keep it. And that's going to be about a 2-yard gain. Doesn't get much yards on the keep. And just like that, it's going to be an early 3rd down for this Tucson team. Need to convert here. Not only just now, but for the rest of this game. Conversions are going to be very important in this ball game. It's going to be 3rd and 7. As Jerome Johnson drops back, he's rolling out to the right. He throws it deep to the end zone and incomplete. As that was Terrell Brown. Almost came down with it, looking for a flag on it. What a great throw by Jerome Johnson. Throws it off his back foot, launches it. Unfortunately, it is going to be a holding call against the Tucson Sugar Skulls, against Nashawn Jackson. As they're going to decline the penalty, it's going to bring up 4th down and 7. It looks like Tucson will go for it on 4th and 7. And if any of you guys are new, the IFL is a lot different than the NFL. Sometimes you just have to go for it with the way this field is set up, lengthwise. And here we go, 4th and 7. Jerome Johnson drops back, and he has a hand in his face that's knocked down. Tries to launch it deep, but just like that, the San Diego Strike Force defense strike early. As the pressure gets to Jerome Johnson. Not a great start for the Sugar Skulls offense. A drop catch. Or a drop ball that should have been a catch. A holding penalty that... I know it wasn't a catch for a touchdown, but still, if it was, which it should have been, it would have been brought back by the holding. As so far, the defense showing up for San Diego so far. And that's going to bring up the San Diego Strike Force on offense. Nate Davis, he fakes it. He's actually going to throw to the right. And that's going to be a catch. That's Dallas Daniels in for a score. He broke a tackle at the very end to try to get the touchdown. Looks like it. He just might be called out of bounds at the 5-yard line. It looks like actually though. What a great move by Dallas Daniels though. As Dallas Daniels, I definitely wrote him down as a playmaker to watch out for. 14 touchdowns on the year. A playmaker that can get open and score anytime. They're gonna toss that to, I believe, Edward Vander, the running back. Doesn't get a lot on that gain, as it'll now be 2nd down and goal. It's going to be 2nd down and goal for the San Diego Strike Force. As they're at about the 3-yard line. 2 men in motion. And Kelly's going to keep it the backup quarterback. And he's going to shake off a defender. And score the opening touchdown for the San Diego Strike Force. As just like that, Kiel Kelly, the backup quarterback, bring him in the Wildcat formation. He takes it himself. Shifts through the blockers, and just like that, an easy touchdown for the San Diego Strike Force to capitalize after the turnover on downs for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. And the extra point, I believe, is good. And just like that, San Diego strikes first. And like I mentioned, Tucson has to get the offense going, otherwise it's going to be a long ball game. They honestly didn't have one good play on that first offensive drive, so they got to turn it around right now. Otherwise, this could easily get out of hand. San Diego's offense is just too good for the defense to take on all game, you know. I'm really hoping that Tucson can just get it together, get out those jitters on the first offensive drive. They look pretty tense, and then get a score here. That would be a great answer back right here. All right, the strike force will kick this off to Tucson to get their next offensive drive going. Here's the kick. That's going to be a squib kick. It is going to get picked up by Jackson. He's going to spin and get tackled at about the 11-yard line. As Aaron Jackson has been very dangerous back there in the kick return game. Let's see what Jerome Jackson and this Tucson Sugar Skulls offense can do now. First and 10 for Tucson. They're going to hand it off to Brandon Mackey, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Can't get anything on that play. Going to be second down and 9. After they give Mackey a yard. It's going to be second and 9, and Jerome Johnson drops back. He rolls out to his right. He throws it to the right. And I believe Justin McGriff is going to catch that. On the sideline, I think that was a first down. That was a great throw by Jerome Johnson. McGriff catches it just at the sideline. Or the wall, if you want to call it. That's going to be a first down for these Tucson Sugar Skulls. Definitely need that to give them some momentum. Oh my gosh, San Diego is challenging it. They think the ball might have hit the wall first. It'll be an interesting call. Looking at the replay. It's pretty close. But I don't know if there's going to be enough evidence, honestly. So far, the refs having trouble on this call. That's a really different thing about the IFL is you will literally have a broadcaster go up to the referees with a microphone. You can hear everything they're literally saying. This is a huge call, though. I mean, arguably the first great thing to happen for these Tucson Sugar Skulls on offense. So taking that away would just be huge. And here's the call. They're overturning it. It's an incomplete pass. That is so unfortunate. The first great play for this Sugar Skulls offense, and it gets taken off the board. Now going to be third down, I believe. That sucks, man. I don't know if I don't think there was enough evidence to overturn that, but apparently they thought so. It's going to be 3rd and 9 though. Jerome Johnson's going to drop back. Looking to his right. He's going to throw it. And he overthrows Justin McGriff as he was wide open. And just like that, it's going to bring up a 4th and 9. Not what you want to see. And it looks like Tucson will go for it once more. Fourth for 9, Jerome Johnson drops back. He's rolling out to his right, looking for a man, and he's gonna have to scramble to the other side. Is he still behind the line of scrimmage? He twists around the offensive lineman. He's going deep. And it's incomplete. There is a late flag. As Jerome Johnson was running for his life. Oh my gosh, bro. It's going to be a legal man downfield. Number 71, Nashawn Jackson. Ridiculous. This offense is not looking good. Just not looking good at all. It looks like they're just like calling plays and just hoping for a miracle. Like they just have no rhythm right now. They have no. I don't even know. I know it's so early, but they just don't look like they're confident in their plays right now. Or their ability to convert first downs. And just like that, it's going to be 1st and 10. San Diego's ball. Because the defense is going to have to step up here. And it's just super unfortunate. You have a great first down play to Justin McGriff. Gets called back after they ruled that the ball hit the wall first. And then the very next play, I believe Justin McGriff is wide open and Jerome Johnson overthrows him. Alright, and just like that, San Diego will take over on offense after another turnover on downs for this Tucson offense. Here's 1st and 10. Nate Davis draws back, and he's just gonna take it himself. Couldn't find anybody open. Just sees what he can do with his legs. Looks like he only got a few yards there. I'm gonna say 2nd and 7. 2 men in motion. Nate Davis. He is gonna keep it, looking for a man, and he's gonna sling it to the back of the end zone, and that is gonna be a touchdown. San Diego Strike Force, as Jalen Sample comes off his 6th touchdown on the season. And for a second, it looked like Nate Davis might keep it himself and try to see if he can get in the end zone. Throws it at the very last second. It hits Sample in the back of the end zone as he flings over the wall but manages to hang on to it. And just like that, with this extra point, Strike Force will be up 14-0. They in fact do make it. And just like that, it is 14-0 in favor of San Diego. Telling you, this is literally how the whole game will go if Tucson does not wake up on offense. They cannot just go 3-and-out and give the defense awful field position to work with and expect him to do much. I mean, for the last 2 drives, San Diego has literally gotten it at like the 15-yard line or less. You know, you're not giving your defense a chance at all. So Tucson, Kaiser, at some point, I don't know what needs to happen, but they need to get it together on offense. They need to come together, work on what they've been practicing on all week, and just execute. You got to execute against this defense, otherwise they're not going to win this game. It's going to be the same thing the whole game. 3-and-out, San Diego scores. 3-and-out, San Diego scores. You got to do something different. I mean, we're just about halfway through the first quarter. You know, and San Diego still has time to get another score. You know, it's not going to look good. Tucson has to wake up on offense. I'm going to be honest, if Tucson doesn't show me anything good on this drive, it's going to take an insane comeback to win this game. Like late in the game. I hate talking like this so early in the first quarter, but that's just the kind of team that the San Diego Strike Force are. I mean, they're the #1 seed for crying out loud, playing at home. You know, this is not a team you can just like, you know, learn what you need to do halfway through the game. Like you need to figure it out now, very soon. Once again, the San Diego Strike Force will be kicking this off to Aaron Jackson. Here's the kickoff. And that is going to be into the stands, as it will be a touchback. And here comes Jerome Johnson and his Tucson Sugar Skulls offense back onto the field. First and 10 for Tucson. And Jerome Johnson is going to keep this himself. He's going to run to the right. He's going to spin. And he is going to get stopped, as it looks like it could be a loss of at least one. Johnson wants a penalty on a horse collar call, but it's not going to get it. As he tried spinning around, going the other way, but just stopped in his tracks. Going to be second down and 11. After that was a loss of one. Jerome Johnson, he's going to drop back. He's going to roll. He's going to throw to the left. And oh my gosh. That was a high pass for McGriff to catch right there, but it's just going to hit off the tip of his hands and actually almost be an interception for San Diego. As these wide receivers are getting open, but the throw is just not there. It's going to be third down and 11. As Jerome Johnson, he is the kind of quarterback that will be able to calm down and make these throws, but it's got to happen soon. It's going to be third down and 11. Johnson is going to drop back. He's going to throw over the middle. That's going to be wide open. That's going to be Isaiah Cox, I believe. A great first down catch for him. Now, in the last Sugar Skulls game I commentated, he was not on the roster, so he must be a new signing. Great job by him to get open. And just like that, the Sugar Skulls have their first positive offensive play of the game. It took a long time, but better late than never. It's going to be first down and 10. Bob on the snap. They're going to hand it off to Brandon Mackey, and he's going to get stuffed at the goal line, shoved into the right side wall. And I don't even know if he got to the line of scrimmage on that one. It will be second down. I want to say 11. That looked like a loss. Wow, second down and 13. That was a loss of 3. Jeez. Jerome Johnson, he is going to be alone back there in the shotgun. 2 men in motion. Johnson drops back to throw. He's looking. He's throwing to the left. And just out of bounds. As that was a good try. But no one really near that ball to catch it. As this offense needs to get locked in here. When they're on the same page, Johnson is overthrowing. When it's a good throw, they're not on the same page. So it's going to be now third and 13. 2 men in motion. Johnson is going to drop back. He's going to throw a short pass to his right. That's going to be a catch. And I believe that's Brandon Mackey, the running back. Makes a nice catch. Gets some good yards after the catch. I don't think he got the first down, but it's going to make it close. And Mackey is able to catch this one. And I hate how long they take to pop up what down it is. It is going to be fourth down and 3. And they're going to hand it off. That's going to be a hand off to Brandon Mackey. And he's going to get in there for the touchdown. Great blocking in front of him as the receivers pick up their blocks. And just like that, the Tucson Sugar Skulls answer back with a touchdown of their own as the offense gets it going finally. After back-to-back drives where there was lack of communication, lack of execution, just not making the right throws. And just like that, a great offensive drive to show San Diego they can hang. And just like that, Ben Woodard is going to come out for the extra point. Kick is up. And it is going to be to the right. He misses that. That is not a good look. All right. Okay. I would have liked to see an extra point, but you know what? It's okay. Tucson is on the board after a great run by Brandon Mackey as we go to a commercial break. All right, that gives me hope. That does give me hope. Because the reality is, every time San Diego has gotten the ball, it has been on the opposing team's 15-yard line, 10-yard line. You know, Tucson is just not giving their defense a chance to make a stop. And now this will be the first time where Ben Woodard can hopefully pin him deep and actually give the defense a chance to get a stop on defense and get this ball back. For anyone who's watching the stream, though, I did make sure to pin a link in the chat. This game is actually free to watch, as all the games, all the playoff games for the Indoor Football League are. They're all going to be on Yahoo for free, so feel free to click the link, watch it, and maybe like sync it up with my commentary if you still want to hear me commentate. Yeah, I made sure to put that link in the chat so you guys can watch the game as well. I also think that is going to be the end of the first quarter very soon. I'll have to see the game clock when we get out of a commercial break, but honestly, 14-6 in the first quarter, that is not awful. Especially like I mentioned, with the defense still not having a fair chance to make a stop. I'm okay with that. And we are still on a commercial break. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still going to be a challenge on defense. But you just have to give your defense a chance of getting good field position. I mean, Nate Davis for San Diego has 49 passing touchdowns. 49 passing touchdowns. Well, actually now 50 after the one to Jalen Sample. So it's already going to be a challenge to stop this offense when you have Nate Davis at the quarterback for San Diego. But you got to do your best by, you know, pinning them deep, making them work to get their touchdowns, and then we'll see what happens. And just like that, Ben Woodard is going to be kicking it off to the San Diego Strike Force. I'm waiting for the clock to pop up to see how much time is left in this first quarter. It's definitely less than a minute. My bad, it is a kickoff, not fourth down. That is going to be kicked off. Oh, that is the start of the second quarter. So the second quarter did just start, I guess. Nice. Alright, it is going to be 1st and 10 for the San Diego Strike. What is the Strike Force? The San Diego Strike Force offense. Alright, let's see what they can do. Nate Davis is by himself in the shotgun formation. 2 men in motion. He's going to drop back to throw. He's rolling to his right. He's going to throw it to the right. And that's going to be a great catch and great throw by Nate Davis. As it looks like Shane Hooks. Yep. He makes a nice catch. Looks like it might just be short of a first down. We'll see if they give it to him, though. As what makes Nate Davis so hard to defend against it, and they do give him the first down on that, wow, is he is such a big-bodied quarterback that you do not want him to scramble. Like, he literally turns into, like, I don't know, like Derrick Henry. Like, I'm being dead serious. So then you don't want him to scramble, and then he passes it. And that's going to be a short pass to the running back, Edward Vander. He's going to make a move on the left side. He's going to get a decent gain after the little dump to him on first down. They're calling that a gain of 8 on the broadcast. Going to be 2nd down and 2. And just like that, it did not take long for San Diego to drive down the field. Second and 2. They're going to hand it off to Vander. And he's going to get a short gain up the middle on the handoff to him. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. They did not give him the first down on that. Big 3rd down and 1. Tucson needs to get a big play right here. Two men in motion. And Nate Davis is going to hand it off to Vander again. And they are going to get the first down. He runs to the left. As Benari Black stuffs him into the wall, but not before Vander gets the first down on that play. And just like that, it is going to be 1st and goal, I believe. As I mentioned, it's still going to be a challenge to stop this offense, but at least giving the defense a chance, right? And it's going to be 1st and goal. Nate Davis is going to keep it. He's looking for a man. And he's going to throw it to the left. And that is going to go out of play, I believe. Great pressure by the defensive line for Tucson. As Nate Davis felt the heat there. Couldn't find a man open and just had to get rid of it. Going to be 2nd down and goal. Second down and goal. 2 men in motion. They're going to hand it off to Vander again, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss. As I believe that was Isaac Anderson. As he gets back there, the first man to get back there, as the rest of the defense joins him, as Vander loses a yard or 2 on that play. That's a big play for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. It's going to be 3rd down and goal now. If Tucson can force a field goal right here, in my opinion, that would be a win. After the strike force got down the field in a hurry. Nate Davis is going to drop back, though. 3rd and goal. He's rolling to his left, looking for somebody. He's going to take it himself. He's going to skedaddle kind of close to the wall. somehow got a decent amount of yardage. I don't know how he did not touch the wall on that. Did not break the pylon, but nonetheless, it's still going to be 4th and goal as he almost gets there. As Tucson absolutely needs a stop right here. They're 3 yards away from scoring. 4th down and goal. 2-minute motion. Nate Davis drops back. He's looking to the right, and that's going to be a touchdown. There is a penalty, as that was Jalen Sample who catches it in the end zone. There is a penalty, though. As Jalen Sample got open on the slant route. Pretty easy catch and throw. Let's see what the penalty is, though. And it is going to be on the defense. Illegal defense on Rafiq Abdul Wahid. Obviously, the play or the penalty call is declined. And that is going to be a strike force touchdown to potentially go up 21-6 in this ball game. Here's the extra point from Lacayo. And that's going to be good to make it a 21-6 point lead for San Diego. As that was the first drive where San Diego genuinely just needed to go all the way down the field. They show they can still do it, even with Tucson giving them handouts due to the turnover on downs. So not a good sign for Tucson. I mean, I think we all knew San Diego was capable of doing this, being the #1 seed and with that offense. Nate Davis, but this being the kind of their first opportunity, seeing if they can do it against the Tucson defense, and they absolutely showed they're capable. I think it only took like 2 plays for San Diego to get all the way down the field. They just kind of struggled at the goal line, but other than that, they scored pretty easily. And just like that, it's going to be San Diego 21, Tucson 6. Yeah. I'm really nervous. This could get ugly. And don't get me wrong. The fact that the offense was able to score last drive was huge, and very takes a lot of stress off my shoulders. But they're gonna have to do it consistently. Otherwise, this game is gonna get out of hand in a hurry. And trust me, this offense knows. Every time this offense is on the sidelines, they're talking it up. I just know it. You know, I know Johnson is being vocal with his receivers, with the O-line, trying to get everybody on the same page. Because that's what it's going to take to come back into this ball game. I know it's only the second quarter. You're only down by about 2 possessions, but if the defense cannot hold their own, it's going to be a very difficult ball game to come back in. And we are still on a commercial break. And I also think if Tucson wants any hope of winning this game or coming back, the defense not only is going to have a turnover on downs, but they need like a huge play. Like I'm talking a pick six, a fumble recovery for a touchdown, just something to give life to Tucson. To where it kind of takes the pressure off the offense, and they don't necessarily need to score a touchdown on their own because their defense, kind of did it. It's going to take that kind of play on defense. Just like that, San Diego will be kicking it off to Tucson. As they're interviewing wide receiver Jalen Sample. He has 2 touchdowns already in this ball game. We're still in the first half. And just like that, we're going to get the Sugar Skulls offense going as this is kicked off to them. And that is going to be a deuce for San Diego. And Ernesto Lacayo does get the deuce going. And just like that, it's going to be 23-6. All right, it's going to be 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Jerome Johnson is going to roll out to his left. He's actually going to change directions, though. He's going to make a man miss, and he's going down the field. He's still going down the sideline, and that's going to be a touchdown. And just like that, Jerome Johnson answers back. Off the keeper, he was running to his right for a little bit, kind of changes directions, and runs all the way down the sidelines for a touchdown. Surprised he did not get a penalty there. After the touchdown, he just shoulder checked a strike force defender. But that is the kind of play that we're going to need to come back in this ballgame. Playmakers are going to have to make plays. And just like that, Ben Woodard is going to be good this time on the extra point. And just like that, it's going to be 13-23. As just like that, Tucson answers back. Just like that. Absolutely needed that. That looks scary for a second. And Jerome Johnson is able to turn a sketchy play into a great play. Wow, that was fantastic. And hopefully that can give the defense some life. I know they kind of have to go right back out and defend against the San Diego offense, but it has to give your defense confidence knowing that the offense will be able to score. You just got to stop them. And absolutely, that's what the Sugar Skulls needed. All right, here we go. Tucson will be kicking it off. to the strike force after the commercial break. And just like that, that is kicked deep. And there is going to be a return for strike force. He's going to run to the right. And that's going to be a fumble. And Tucson has it. Did they score a touchdown? And just like that, TD Ayo Durajay comes up with the fumble recovery. I didn't quite see who came up with the strip. Oh my goodness. Who knocked it out? I think he kind of ran into his own offensive blocker. And just like that, Tucson is going to get the ball at the goal line. This could be huge. Gotta like, what did I say? First and goal. Hand it off to TD. Gonna try to muscle it in. And is met with some strike force defenders. Just trying to punch it in right there. It's gonna be second down and goal. It's going to be second down and goal for this Tucson offense. 2 men in motion. Johnson's going to keep it on his own. He's going to the right. And he's just going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. And there is going to be a penalty. As it could be an unsportsmanlike conduct. As Jerome Johnson did kind of get shoved to the ground after the play was over, after the whistle blew. This could be a big call right here. It is going to go on the defense. That's going to be against Sidney Houston Jr., the defensive lineman on San Diego. As after the whistle is blown, he just shoves Johnson to the ground. And that's not going to go well with the refs, especially against a quarterback. And that's going to be an automatic first down at the 1 yard line for Tucson. They have a great chance right here. TD is going to get the snap, but they're going to hand it to Brandon Mackey instead. That's going to be a touchdown for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. As Tucson has come alive in the second quarter. As of right now, it's going to be 23-19. Could be a potential 3-point game after this extra point. As Tucson has just absolutely woken up. As that turnover on the kickoff return absolutely just opened the doors for this Tucson football team. And here's a big extra point kick from Ben Woodard. And that's going to be good. It's going to be a 20-23 ball game. And what a turn of events for these Tucson Sugar Skulls. And what did I tell you? It was going to take a big play. And I know that was not on defense, but the special teams get a defensive turnover, and just like that, the momentum turns over to the Sugar Skulls, and they capitalize. That is how you hang tough against tough teams like this. You allow them to make the mistakes, and you capitalize. I'm not sure how good Ben Woodard is at kicking deuces, so... But that would be huge right now. And just like that, Ben Woodard is going to kick it off to San Diego. Here's the kick. And that's going to be a deuce! That's going to be a deuce. Love to see a deuce. And just like that, Tucson is only down by 1 point as San Diego leads at 23-22. As they were down 21-6 at one point, maybe even 23-6. I think it was 23-6 after the deuce. And just like that, Tucson has answered back on offense, on special teams. And they are fighting back on the road, looking to pull off the upset. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Nate Davis is going to drop back. He's going to throw over the middle. And I believe that is going to be Cole Blackman. Over the middle. Makes the catch for the first down. As I believe Cole Blackman is a new signing to the Strike Force football team. And after the first down, Strike Force come back out. And Nate Davis is going deep to the left side, wide open! And he loses the ball at the last second. And that was to Edward Vander, the running back, and somehow beats Chucky Williams on the play. But still cannot get to the ball as he had a step on Chucky. Oh. And that could have been a big play for the San Diego Strike Force. It's going to be 2nd down now and 10. About 3 minutes and a half in this first half, and that's going to be a low throw. Is a throw over the middle. He had a man open, but just cannot get the ball to him. It's not a great throw by Nate Davis there. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now. Third down and 10 as Tucson is looking excellent so far in defense on this offensive drive for the Strike Force. 3rd down and 10. Nate Davis drops back. He's going to throw to the right. And that's going to be catch alongside the wall. But actually, no, it's going to be incomplete. It looks like the ball came out at the last second, as that's Jalen Sample, the intended receiver. And this is going to be a big 4th down as San Diego. This is like the first time they have not been able to get anything going on offense. As it does not matter if you are the number 1 seed team, it will happen eventually. And it looks like head coach Taylor Ganuser, I think I said that right, is going to be challenging this play. I believe the Strike Force head coach is challenging that the nose guard was out of his stance. So is he talking about Tucson on defense? Because if he's talking about his offense, that wouldn't be a good thing. So I believe he has to be talking about the defense. I'm lost. Right now, the broadcaster is saying that San Diego's going to win this challenge. I don't even know what they're talking about. I'm going to keep it a buck. Automatic first down for San Diego. Did I just hear that? Oh my gosh. They were talking about the defense. It's going to be an illegal defense on number 10, Rafiq Abdul Wahid, the defensive lineman for Tucson. I see. They're saying that against the center, against San Diego's center, that Rafiq Abdul Wahid was not in his stance. Which obviously, I guess, is a penalty. You got to stay in your stance until the ball is snapped, so. Oh. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5. At first, I was going to say a first down, but now it's going to be 3rd down and 5, I believe. Instead, as we have about 2 minutes left in this first half. And now it says 1st and 10. I thought it was 3rd down and 5. Okay, according to the broadcast team, it's 1st and 10, which I do not understand. They just said it was 3rd and 5. But anyway, Nate Davis is going to drop back. He's going to throw a slant route to Edward Vander over the middle. This time he's able to catch this one. And see, the broadcast team just said 4th and 1. All right, y'all got to get on the same page. Y'all are messing me up. So the refs were right. I just think the broadcast team didn't pick it up. So that was a 3rd and 5 down play. And it's now they got a 4-yard gain on that catch over the middle. So it's going to be 4th down and 1. And it's going to be just... Okay. It's going to be the 1-minute warning now. In the first half of this football game. And just like that, a big drive happening right now. This is the difference between the San Diego going up at least 7 points before halftime. And with I believe San Diego does get the ball at the start of the 3rd quarter, so you absolutely want to stop them right here on defense if you're the Sugar Skulls. We will go to a commercial break as we are in the 1-minute warning. And here's the thing, even if San Diego scores on this drive before, halftime, I think Tucson has showed so much, good signs of just being able to hang with this San Diego Strike Force football team that I'm honestly okay. Even if they score right here, I'm okay going into the second half like that. Tucson showed they can score on offense. They can get turnovers like they did on the special teams, that kickoff. Right now in this drive, San Diego is struggling a bit. And just like that, it's going to be Kelly actually back there. He's going to get it. He's going to run to the right. Has a lot of open field in front of him. And he's going to get to the end zone, actually. And that's Kiel. Kelly takes it himself as he comes in the game instead of Nate Davis at quarterback. And you already know whenever he's behind there, it's going to go, the ball is going to go to him and it's going to be a run. But still, Tucson not ready for it. As just like that, the San Diego Strike Force score right out of the 1-minute warning. And right now it is a 29-22 ball game. Here comes Ernesto Lacayo for the extra point. And that is going to be good. It's now going to be 30-22. And I mentioned, like I just said, I know it literally just happened one play after I said it. I am still okay with this. Like Tucson, like this is going to be a grinder for them. Like they're going to have to really, I was not expecting them to be like up in this game. I was not expecting it to be back and forth. I was honestly just expecting Tucson to chip away little by little. So even if they go down by a touchdown, 8 points right now, in a 2-point conversion, I'm okay with that. Now, obviously, San Diego could get a deuce right here, but I honestly think San Diego, they did not expect a 4th seed to show up like this on the road and hang with them like this. So I'm honestly okay with the score right now. Obviously, I don't want the deuce to happen to make it a 10-point game, but it's okay. As Kiel Kelly having a very impactful game on offense. He did have the fumble on the kickoff return to set up Tucson. But nonetheless, redeems himself there on that touchdown run. It's going to be Aaron Jackson awaiting the kickoff return. As Ernesto Lacayo has been great on the deuces. Looking for another one right here. That's going to be an onside kick. And it's going to be recovered by San Diego. Okay, now that is not good. I don't think Tucson was expecting that at all. And now San Diego has another chance to get a score before halftime. That is insane. Wow. That is super unfortunate. And just like that, it's going to be first down and 10 for the San Diego Strike Force as they get a great onside kick. Tucson was not expecting that. Hey, Corey, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you. And just like that, Nate Davis, he's going to pass it to the left-hand side. That's going to be Edward Vander. As even though he's a running back, they're getting the ball to him pretty quickly in the passing game. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Yeah, only halftime. The game started about an hour and a half ago, so not too shabby. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Nate Davis, he's rolling out to his right. He's going deep, just launches it, and it's going to get out of play. Just throws it away. As the Tucson Sugar Skulls pressure gets to him, but gets it out to the crowd at the last second. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 now. AHL? I'm not sure what that is. AHL. Oh, is it wrestling? No, I don't really watch wrestling. I didn't really tune into that. And Nate Davis is going to go deep. And it looks like there's going to be no penalty, as there was some contact between Dallas Daniels and Ahmad Lyons right there over the middle. But no penalty. It's going to be 4th down and 5. And this is a big 4th down right here. 37 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be Nate Davis in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers in motion. Here's a snap. Drops back to throw. Goes to the right side. Double coverage. And it's just going to be over the head. I believe that was Shane Hooks, the intended receiver. Not a great throw. Just gets over his head. And it's going to be a turnover on downs, as Tucson will get this ball with 33 seconds left in the first half. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry, Corey. I don't know why I said wrestling. I saw the word SummerSlam and just assumed it was wrestling. I don't know why. Okay, I see why you brought that up now. I see why you brought that up now. That makes a lot of sense now. Okay. God, okay. It's going to be 1st down and 10, though, for the Sugar Skulls after the turnover on downs. And TD's going to keep it himself in the Wildcat formation. That was TD Iodoro J, but gets nowhere as the San Diego Strikeforce defense gets there in a hurry. I am very familiar with the Tucson Roadrunners, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I legit thought you were talking about wrestling. I was like, I have never... No disrespect to anybody who watches wrestling, but I've never been into it. So I kind of wrote it off, and I got you now. Okay. It's going to be 1st and actually, no, 2nd down. Oh, there's going to be a challenge flag, actually. Tucson is challenging that the linebacker was moving at the time of the snap, which would be a penalty against San Diego. This could be a huge call, as there have been a lot of challenges in this game so far. Yeah, I know, man. Everyone is sad ever since the Coyotes moved away, or they're not, obviously in Arizona anymore. I mean, I myself, I'm not really a big hockey fan. I've never really watched the sport. I have a lot of respect for it, um, but I am well aware of the Coyotes and their time here in Arizona. Everyone loved watching them, so I understand what you're saying completely. I see. Okay. I did see San Diego play one time when they came to town in Tucson. I don't live in Tucson. Um, but I visit there every once in a while, and I did see Tucson play them one time. And right now the officials are looking at the replay to see if the linebacker did move. And it looks like Tucson is not going to win this challenge. Let's see the call by the refs, though. And just like that, the refs do call that the middle linebacker was not moving. Tucson loses the challenge. They will lose a timeout. As you know, with 26 seconds left in the half, it's not that big of a deal, I guess, but you might as well try it and see what you can do there. But and Tucson still have decent field position. Try to get a quick score before halftime. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 now. And Jerome Johnson drops back to throw. He's going to throw to the right side. And Mackey cannot catch it. His second drop pass of the game. Brandon Mackey, their running back, just having a tough time corralling these passes in. Another one where he's wide open, but I don't know if he's just not looking the ball into his hands and trying to run before that, but second drop pass of the game. Not great for him so far. And just like that, it's going to be 3rd down and 10 with 22 seconds left in this ball game. Sugar Skulls at the opposing team's 19-yard line. Jerome Johnson drops back to pass. He goes to the left. And that's going to be Justin McGriff. Going to get a decent gain. Gets pushed into the wall. Does not get the first down. It's going to be an interesting decision right now by Tucson. Do you kick the field goal, get 3 points, or do you try to go to the end zone this close to it? And it looks like Tucson is going to go for it on 4th down. It's going to be 4th down and 4. A big play for Tucson before halftime with 16 seconds left in this first half. And it looks like Tucson is going to call a timeout. Jerome Johnson calls it at the last second. Must have not liked what he saw there. I say get it to your playmaker, J. Van Lofton. Leading Tucson Sugar Skulls with receiving touchdowns. Absolutely do not run it right here. I don't agree with that at all. You gotta get it to your playmaker. Either it's gonna be a pass to Lofton, or just let Johnson keep it again and see what he can do with it, but you just can't make it too obvious right here. But give it to your playmaker. It's gonna be 4th down and 4. 16 seconds left in the first half. Big play coming up. Jerome Johnson is alone back there. 2 men in motion. And okay. San Diego's now going to call a timeout. as both teams do not want to see this 4th down conversion, I guess. And honestly, this could be the play of the game. Like, seriously. Like, Tucson could absolutely need this to come out on top today with the amount of points that San Diego's scoring. All right, it's going to be Jerome Johnson in the shotgun. 2 receivers in motion. They snap it. Johnson drops back. He goes to the end zone, and that's going to be an interception. San Diego Strike Force come up with the turnover. Who was that? It's going to be number 7. That's Malik Jones, I believe. As they try going to their playmaker, Javian Lofton in the back of the end zone, but not a great throw by Johnson. And just like that, Malik Jones comes up with the interception. As that's a huge stop for the San Diego Strike Force defense. And as I mentioned, that could be the difference between a loss or a win for Tucson. They need every point they can possibly get. With the amount of points San Diego is scoring, as that might come back to haunt them. I don't mind. I don't mind them going for the touchdown, but it's like, could have had 3 points right there. It's going to be an interesting decision when we look back at it after the game. But it's going to be 1st and 10 with 9 seconds left in the first half. And it's going to be a dead ball. It's going to be a penalty. And it's going to be a false start on the San Diego Strike Force. As I believe one of the wide receivers did not get the timing right. It's still going to be 9 seconds left in this first half, but it's going to be 1st and 12 now. Two-man in motion. Nate Davis is going to drop back to throw. Rolls out to his right. And he's going to try scrambling. Slides. And takes a shot at the very end of the play. There's going to be a penalty now. As Nate Davis gave himself up, slid, but Isaac Anderson kind of rolls on top of him. Going to be a potential late hit, I believe. And it is going to be a personal foul on Isaac Anderson, the defensive lineman, number 90. And that's always such a hard play to call because, I mean, like, how are you supposed to know that Nate Davis is about to give himself up, I don't know. But just like that, 3 seconds left in this first half. They're actually going to go for the field goal. It's going to be Ernesto Lacayo. He's 12 for 24 on field goal attempts. Kicks it deep. And it was short. But it looks like there was a penalty. And it's going to be false start on number 74, Josue Castro, the offensive lineman. And San Diego is going to get another chance at this. And instead of trying to re-kick it, the offense is going to come back out onto the field for San Diego. Potentially trying to go for the end zone. And this could get really bad. You almost wish that there wasn't a false start penalty. And this should be the last play of the first half before we head into halftime. Obviously, some kind of shot to the end zone is going to happen right here. And it's going to actually... No, it's actually going to be a handoff to Edward Vandar. Makes a move. Gets it to about midfield, but gets tackled. And that's going to be the end of the first half. With the San Diego Strike Force going into halftime with a lead 30-22 over the Tucson Sugar Skulls. A great half of football has been played so far. As at first, the Strike Force looked like they might run away with it, going up 23-6 at one point. But the Sugar Skulls come back, they answer back. And it is now a 30-22 ball game. And the biggest key for this first half was just, San Diego making mistakes and Tucson capitalizing. And so an important part to the second half is, can San Diego clean up the mistakes? Because they showed that when they don't make mistakes, Tucson can't go up against them, really. Going to be a very interesting rest of this ball game. But a very great first half to call. And we will be back in about 15 minutes for the start of the third quarter. Alright, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to hit the restroom. The best part about these football games is I get a guaranteed break during each game. Don't get me wrong, I love commentating these Diamondback games, but I feel like I gotta do the Usain Bolt when I go to the bathroom. I only get like a minute or two between innings, so I will be right back. And yeah, we will get the third quarter started shortly. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's hope the rest of the game is as competitive and fun to watch as it's been. So, be right back. All right, we are back. As I mentioned, it is halftime right now. Yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying this game so far. It's definitely been a very competitive game. I mean, honestly, I just want a competitive game to commentate. You know, obviously I'm rooting for the Sugar Skulls, but my biggest fear was just a blowout game. So I'm very happy that the Sugar Skulls are keeping it close. What I am worried about though is that the first game I commentated on this channel was when they were on the road a few weeks ago against the Arizona Rattlers. And they looked pretty decent in the first half, but they absolutely fell apart in the second half. So the biggest thing for them as well is just, you know, keeping up the pressure, um, executing throughout the whole ball game, not just, you know, fighting in one half and then playing lazy in the second. So I'm really hoping they can just play a tough, you know, gritty 4 quarters of football all the way throughout and then, you know, leave it out on the field and just see what happens. And this is the last game of the first round of the playoffs. Arizona Rattlers ended up beating the Las Vegas Hawks, I believe is their name. Um, Green Bay Blizzards beat the Orlando Pirates, I believe. And then Tulsa took down Jacksonville yesterday. So, as of right now, this game is the last game that will decide who plays officially in the second round of the playoff. I think if the offense can just execute a bit more, we'll be looking good. Um, that I'm not gonna lie, those first two couple drives were very hard to watch. I'm not gonna. 1 second. Right now, they're just showing the highlights for the first half. I will update when the second half is about to commence. Looking at the stats, Tucson with 49 rushing yards, 35 passing yards, 3 first downs. San Diego 57 rushing yards, 71 passing yards, and 5 first downs. Not that much different. San Diego does have more total yards and are averaging more yards per play, but it looks like we will be kicking off soon. Special teams are on the field as the Tucson Sugar Skulls will be kicking off to the San Diego Strike Force to start this third quarter. Here's the kickoff. That's going to be a touchback. Gets out of play. Going to be first down and 10. And let's see how the Tucson defense can do right out of the halftime break. They did show some signs of life of slowing down this offense, but they're going to have to be much more consistent on defense. Here's the first play of the second half. Nate Davis is going to hand that off to Edward Vander, I believe. It's going to go nowhere. As a lot of Tucson defenders just in pursuit. They read it correctly. That's going to be a loss of gain. Going to be second down and 11. Second and 11, 2 men in motion. Play action. Nate Davis is going to throw it over the middle. And that's going to be another pass that went to Cole Blackman, the new receiver for the Strike Force. Not the most accurate pass, as that was a tough catch for Blackman right there. But nonetheless, I still think it was catchable. It's going to be third down and 11 now. I'll have to see a replay to see where that ball was located, but definitely looked like it was a bit behind him. It's going to be third down and 11, though. Tucson has a chance to make a statement on this opening drive for San Diego. Nate Davis is going to drop back, going to go over the middle. And that's going to be Jalen Sample with his potential third touchdown of the day. Makes a catch in wide open, makes a cut, gets into open space, and goes all the way to the end zone. There is a penalty on the play, though. And it is going to be a touchdown, as it's going to be an offsides penalty on the Tucson Sugar Skulls. I believe Breon Murray, the defensive back, was offsides. And just like that, in an instant, the San Diego offense looked a little bit shaky in those first 2 plays, and just like that, they strike back in a heartbeat on that third down play. As Jalen Sample now has his third touchdown of the game. Had his family flying from Wisconsin, as he said in the interview. As they're loving seeing the kid play today, I'm sure that's going to be a 36-22 lead. With Lacayo a chance to make it 37. And that's gonna be good on the doink. It's now going to be 37-22. As I mentioned, this Strike Force offense is just too good. The Sugar Skulls are going to have to be consistently good on defense, and on the other side, score. I know it's pretty simple, but this is the kind of team that will put a dagger in you in a heartbeat. So we go to a commercial break as the Strike Force extend their lead 37-22 over the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Didn't even take long at all, like less than 2 minutes. I'm not worried yet, though. Like, as I mentioned, with how much fight Tucson showed in the first half, I will let you know when I'm worried. Right now, I'm not worried. Tucson showed that it just doesn't take an offensive drive for them to score. They can create momentum on special teams. So I believe that, they do have that going for them. I don't think it's going to be a traditional, okay, defense needs to get some stops, and then the offense is just going to have to score. Like, the defense is going to have to get some stops, but I don't think it's going to be as much pressure on them as you would think. And just like that, we are going to get the kickoff going. As I mentioned earlier, Ernesto Lacayo has been great with the deuce all game today. Probably going to go for it again. Did have a surprise onside kick, but so you really gotta be expecting anything at this point. And here is the kickoff. It's gonna be up in the air, and it's gonna go into the stands on the touchback. All right, and let's see what Tucson can do with their first offensive drive in the second half. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Sugar Skulls. 2 men in motion. Johnson's going to hand it off to Brandon Mackey and tries to make a move, but gets met immediately by the San Diego defensive lineman. And he might have gotten to the line, but it's going to be close. Actually does get 2 yards out of it. It's going to be 2nd and 8. That's going to be a play action. Jerome Johnson drops back. He's throwing it deep. Oh my gosh. And he just misses Javian Lofton in the end zone. And honestly, that was actually a pretty good throw by Jerome Johnson. But I think with the route, actually, I don't even know what happened there. Maybe it was a mistiming. It looked good for a second, but Lofton kind of overshot it on the route. It would have been a tough catch no matter what, double coverage in the end zone. But just like that, it's going to be 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 8, Jerome Johnson. He's going to throw to the right quickly. And that's going to be a great catch by Justin McGriff. I don't think he is going to get the 1st down, though. And I believe it's going to be 4th down and 2. And Tucson is going to go for it here. And if you're Tucson, you absolutely need to convert these, especially with where they're at the field, about midfield. Jerome Johnson is going to he's going to keep it himself. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to go to the right side, and Jerome Johnson's going to take it himself. As Jerome Johnson is doing everything today. That's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. Makes a great move. Gets into open space on the right side of the field. And very similar to that 1 rushing touchdown where he ran the whole length of the field down the sideline. Kind of makes one move, and just like that, he has a lot of open space in front of him. And just like that, Tucson answers back of a score of their own. As right now it's 28-37, but Ben Woodard shanks the extra point attempt. It's going to be 28-37. As Tucson is fighting back as much as they can. But I'm telling you, extra point attempts like that, it's going to come back to haunt us. I do not like that. Got to clean that up. But nonetheless, a great job by Jerome Johnson to put the team on his back and to make something happen on that offensive drive. We're going to need a deuce here. We are absolutely going to need a deuce to make up for those extra points. And not to mention, they've been making deuces of their own. Like, we're going to need that. Ben Woodard, please redeem yourself on this next kickoff. Right now they're interviewing Jerome Johnson before we get the kickoff going. Come on, Ben Woodard. Give me a deuce. And that's going to be returned by Kelly, who did have the fumble earlier. Is going to be a penalty on that, though. And that is going to bring the strike force back a bit, as I believe it's a holding call. It is going to be holding. And that will bring out another offensive series for the San Diego Strike Force. It's going to be 1st and 10 all the way at their own 5-yard line. And Nate Davis is going to drop back, looking for a man. He's going to throw it quickly to Jalen Sample on the right side. Does not get a lot on that gain, though. It's about 5 yards on that catch. As Nate Davis had quite a bit of time to make that throw. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Nate Davis in the shotgun formation. 2-man in motion. He's going to drop back to throw. That's going to be a quick throw to Edward Vander. And just like that, he's not going to get much on that one either. Looks like a screenplay that just did not execute the way they wanted it to. Not a lot of great blocking there. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. Going to be 3rd down and 3. Nate Davis drops back. Rolls out to his right, and that's going to be a great tackle. Who was that? Number 99. I believe that's going to be Harold Brooks, who recently signed with the Sugar Skulls. A great wrap up there, as he did not let Nate Davis get a lot of good yardage there. As Tucson, time to time, they've been able to get great pressure against Nate Davis. It's going to be 4th down and 4, though. After the loss of 1. Davis is going to drop back. He's going to go over the middle to Edward Vander, the running back. And Nate Davis is just able to slip it to him. Just able to get open over the middle. Catches it as he rolls to the ground. That's going to be a great 1st down for San Diego. Such a close play over the middle. Going to be 1st down and 10. Challenge, though. Tucson's going to be challenging this. Maybe where the runner was down, maybe they thought he was short. Not too sure yet. But then again, the IFL is very different. You can literally challenge penalties, so if you see something that you think the ref should have called, you literally can challenge it. But Tucson has already lost a challenge. I mean, it was in the first half, never mind. And it looks like Tucson believes that number 2, Shane Hooks, the wide receiver, was past the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped. As they think it was a false start. I wasn't really paying attention to him when that ball was being snapped, but... And right now the referees are having a hard time finding a good angle to get a good look at this play at the line of scrimmage. Let's see the replay. And it looks like the referees are saying that it's not offside so far. And the call is going to stand. Tucson is charged a timeout. And they no longer have any challenges for the rest of this ball game. That's very unfortunate. Tucson, they burn a timeout, and now we'll have no more challenges for the rest of this ball game. With 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third quarter, so that could be a big move right there. It's going to be first down and 10, though, after that long challenge. Nate Davis is going to play action it, drop back to throw. He's going to throw it to the right. And Shane Hooks is going to catch it on the right side. Goes out of bounds on the wall, and that's going to be a big gain right there. There's a great strike by Nate Davis there. Oh yeah, that throw is on the money. That was a dime right there. Can't even lie. Maybe first and 10. Oh, sorry, first and goal. Little over 5 minutes left in this ball game. It looks like there is a penalty on this first and goal. It's going to be false starting in San Diego. As it looks like 3 players were in motion at the same time. As Tucson absolutely needs to stop. As a strike force are just scoring a lot of points right now. It's going to be first and goal now after the penalty. He's going to go to the end zone, and that's going to be caught. He went into the stands. Did he hang on to that? They're going to call it incomplete, though, as Dallas Daniels, a great effort by him, goes into the stands. Hopefully everybody in the crowd's okay. As he gave up his body, went for the ball, and just landed right into the stands. Oh my goodness. As there were some kids nearby. Very dangerous play for the crowd right there. Yep. And they just called a timeout as someone got injured in the crowd. I called it as soon as I saw the replay. Dallas Daniels, the wide receiver, went straight into the crowd. And a lot of kids were in that section as he went for the ball. I don't think he landed right on top of somebody. He might have grazed somebody, but still, if it was a kid, it's still gonna not feel great with the difference in body size. I don't like this though. I'm starting to get a little bit worried. I'm not gonna lie. If San Diego scores right here, I'm gonna start getting a little bit worried. And it's not because Tucson is not scoring. It's just because time is just gonna keep on ticking, and this defense has shown that they cannot stop this offense consistently enough, and that's what scares me. I'm worried that from the get-go, San Diego just got out to a great start, and that this defense is not going to hold up enough. I mean, I think you're going to need at least another turnover to kind of what happened with the special teams play on the kickoff. They set up the Tucson offense a great field position to get a score off that. I feel like that's going to have to happen again with the way that San Diego is scoring on offense. The first two drives I mentioned, Tucson just went 3 and out on offense, so San Diego just got great field position, 15 yards or less to get a touchdown. But ever since then, San Diego has consistently driven down the field and scored on us to the point to where it's hard to have faith in your defense for the rest of this ball game. We're going to need a big turnover. We are still in a commercial break as the fan gets checked out on. Looks to be okay, though. As now the teams are in the huddles, getting ready for the next play. As it was a little girl who did get hit when Dallas Daniels was coming down for that ball. Looks to be okay. Some tears, it looks like, but other than that, they look to be okay for the most part, so that's good to hear. It's going to be second down and goal after that incompletion, though, to Dallas Daniels. Dallas Daniels, my bad. And Nate Davis is going to drop back. He's going to go to the end zone once again, and this time, it's going to be Jalen Sample again. Is that number 4 for the man? As this man said, my family's coming to town. I'm going to show out for them. That's his 4th touchdown of the ball game. And just like that, it's going to be 43-28 in favor of San Diego. As Jalen Sample is putting on a clinic at wide receiver. Here's the extra point attempt from Ernesto Lacayo. And that is gonna be good. And just like that, it's gonna be a 44-28 ball game in favor of San Diego. Still a lot of time in this ball game. And as I've heard and as I've seen from the IFL, time does not really play a factor until there is literally 0 0 minutes and 0 seconds on the game clock. As anything can happen in these types of games, but the way this offense has been scoring against the Tucson's defense, it's looking scary, I'm not gonna lie. 3 minutes and 3 seconds remains in this third quarter, though. And just like that, Ernesto Lacayo, he is getting ready to kick off to Tucson. Here's the kickoff to Tucson. That's gonna be just short of the goalpost. That was very close to being a deuce for San Diego. It is gonna be a touchback, though. By the time this first play is snapped, it's going to be about 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Here's the first play for the Tucson Sugar Skulls, as they got to keep scoring no matter what. No matter what, give their defense a shot. Jerome Johnson drops back for the first play. He's going to go over the middle. That's going to be Justin McGriff, who has been, I want to say, one of the best best receivers on the Sugar Skulls offense. He's been catching the ball consistently. I believe has the highest receptions for the Sugar Skulls team. It's going to be 1st and 10 after that great play. And this time it's going to be a handoff to Brandon Mackey as he gets slammed into the wall on the left side. Cannot get much on that one. I think it's going to be a loss of yards. Actually, he gets nothing there. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. 2 men will be in motion. Jerome Johnson is going to hand it off once again to Brandon Mackey. This time he's going to get a lot more yards. He breaks a few tackles. He's going, and he fumbles at the 1. Oh my goodness. Luckily, number 69, who is that? Quay Baker McCauley recovers as that could have been a very scary play. As Brandon Mackey almost had the play of his life. That man was a wrecking ball going through the San Diego defense. Almost gets into the end zone. What a great hit. Who was that? Elijah Reed, the defensive back for San Diego, knocks that ball out, but luckily, great awareness by number 69, as I mentioned, Quay Baker McCauley, to hop on the ball really quickly, as that could have been a tragedy of a play. It looks like there is an injured San Diego Strike Force defensive player, as that will be 7, Malik Jones, the defensive back. Who had the great interception earlier in the game, as he will be helped off the field. Oh my gosh. If San Diego recovers that, that could have been very bad. But what a great, even with the fumble, a great bounce back run from Brandon Mackey. It's going to be 1st down and goal, as TD is going to get the snap in the Wildcat. He gets it himself, runs to the left. He's going to cut back. Going to get tackled pretty quickly, though. Not much yardage there. Going to be 2nd down and goal. With about 45 seconds left. in this ball game. And as I mentioned with the game clock, I'm just doing estimates. It's so hard with the clock always running to get an accurate, you know. And I can't let the clock just run. I don't think I can. Can I? I haven't tried that. Wait, if I press play, I gotta try that next time. Anyway, it's gonna be 20 seconds left, and that's gonna be a bobble snap. Jamari Johnson. Oh my gosh, I called him Jamari, but his name is Jerome. Somehow bobbles the snap, recovers, makes a move, and gets into the end zone, runs up the middle. As Jerome Johnson with his third rushing touchdown of the ball game, as that's going to end the third quarter. As Tucson is climbing back little by little, it's going to currently be 34-44. Wow. Two scary plays. Brandon Mackey fumbles. We luckily recover thanks to the offensive lineman, and then a bobbled snap. Not the greatest one right there. And Jerome Johnson recovers and runs it in himself. As Tucson's offense is just not giving up. They are fighting back drive by drive. Oh boy. And it looks like Tucson actually is going to be going for the 2-point conversion. Still a lot of time in this ball game, but they're going for it. Jerome Johnson's going to drop back, rolls out to the right. He's in trouble. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to go to the end zone. And it's just going to miss Justin McGriff over the middle. That was a great throw. I think it was just off by a hair, though. As McGriff was going one way, the ball was going a little bit to the left. Great effort by Jerome Johnson to make a man miss and try to get it to the end zone. Give Justin McGriff a chance, but the ball was just off by a hair. And just like that, it's going to be still San Diego leading 44-34. A 10-point lead. As I believe that was the end of the third quarter, actually. I'll have to double check when this commercial break ends. What a ball game. What a ball game. No matter what happens, no matter the outcome, this has been a great ball game to cover. As the Sugar Skulls try to make it a one-possession game, only down by 8 points, but and that's what I'm talking about. The extra point attempts that Ben Woodard's been missing. The lack of deuces for Ben Woodard. I really wish I could have that. And just like I mentioned, the start of the fourth quarter is about to begin. Jerome Johnson, 3 rushing touchdowns. He is just carrying this offense to victory right now. I mean, not to victory as at not yet, but he's doing his best. Here comes the kickoff from Ben Woodard. Let's see what they try to do here. As San Diego did have the onside kick right before halftime, Tucson might have to pull that out themselves soon. That's going to be a squib kick, and it's actually going to be out of play into the stands. The defense is going to have to step up this quarter, like, big time. Haven't been able to stop San Diego much this whole game, and I'm sure that's what the coaches are telling the Sugar Skulls right now. Someone has to step up and make a play. I understand you're going against Nate Davis. You're going against one of the best running backs in Edward Vander. I understand Jalen Sample has 4 touchdowns today. And with his family in the crowd, it gives him, 5+ overall to all his stats, but the defense has to step up. Here is the first place for the Strike Force offense. Nate Davis is going deep. And somehow he is going to find Dallas Daniels. And actually, it is going to be ruled incomplete, as that had the potential to be a big time play, almost to the 5-yard line. And luckily for the Sugar Skulls, it actually just goes through his hands. As Dallas Daniels absolutely wishes he had that one back. That should have been a catch. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 now. 2-man in motion. Nate Davis is going to drop back. He's going to go over the middle. Right back to Dallas Daniels. Makes the move. He takes a hit from number 44, Dejamin Brooks, but a great game by Dallas Daniels as he redeems himself. Little over 13 minutes left in this ball game as the Strike Force are driving down the field. Nate Davis going to pitch it to Edward Vander. He's going to be dropped for a loss. That's number 1. Breon Murray with a great tackle for a loss. Great instincts to just go for the running back in the backfield after the pitch to the left, and he gets there. That's going to be a loss of 4 yards. 2nd and 14. And Nate Davis is going to be alone in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. He's going to go to the left. And a little bit off on the throw as he had Edward Vander wide open on the left side of the sidelines, but just missed him. It's going to be 3rd down and 14. Come on, Tucson. Gotta force a field goal. Gotta. 3rd down and 14. Nate Davis drops back. He's throwing over the middle, and that's going to be a nice game by Jalen Sample. I think they are going to be short of the chains, but still makes it a closer 4th down conversion. I got to see how much they need. Not going to be much, though. I'm going to say 4th down and 5 for now. And Nate Davis is going to drop back. They're going for it on 4th down. Going to the end zone. Did he make the catch? It's going to be ruled incomplete. As another play that goes into the stands. Very dangerous. As Edward Vander and Malik Sunnier, I believe, on defense. Go into the stands, and Sunnier a little shaken up on that one. Great effort by Malik Sunnier. It's going to be 4th down still. As it looks like San Diego is going to challenge something right here. Not quite sure yet. What yet? And they believe that number 44, Brooks, the defensive lineman for Tucson, was out of his stance when the play was snapped. Let's see, though. This will be a big call, as Tucson was able to force an incompletion on that play. And the ref says he's seen enough. That's not good. Yeah, he was out of his stance. As San Diego's going to win a 3rd straight challenge. That's unbelievable. Cannot have those kind of penalties. That's going to be a 1st down for San Diego. You cannot have that happen. And San Diego is going to win that challenge, as Brooks, the defensive lineman for Tucson, was out of his stance when the ball was snapped. And because of that penalty, San Diego is now going to have a 1st and 10 as they get new life on offense. As you cannot have that happen on defense. That is the difference between getting a turnover on downs and now San Diego has a chance to score. That's unbelievable. It's going to be 1st and goal now for San Diego. And it's going to be a throw over the middle. Please don't tell me that's Jalen Sample. And it is going to be Jalen Sample, his 5th touchdown of the ball game. There is going to be a penalty. 5 receiving touchdowns in this ball game, as he will absolutely be the player of this game if San Diego can hold on to this. 5 touchdowns for the man. There's going to be a penalty. As of right now, As of right now, as long as this play stands, San Diego will be up at least 50 to 34. It is going to be a touchdown. But Jalen Sample will get an unsportsmanlike conduct. So the touchdown will stand no matter what. And here comes the extra point attempt for Ernesto Lacayo to make it 51-34 potentially. And there is going to be a penalty. Pre-snap. And unfortunately, number 90, Isaac Anderson, is going to get an offsides call on him. As we will re-kick after the penalty. Kick is up, and it is going to be good. As it will now be 51-34. As Jalen Sample and his San Diego Strike Force offense are just doing what they've done all season long. As the Tucson Sugar Skulls defense just has not been able to step up to them. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but Tucson is going to have to do something amazing. Something amazing on defense. Because at this point, the offense is not struggling. They are scoring consistently, but it's just this defense that's not stepping up. So, not sure what's going to happen. But we are on a commercial break as Tucson will receive the next kickoff. I gotta see something. Are you telling me that if I press play on this, I swear, if this clock just goes down naturally. It did. So I can control. Oh, wait, that's not what I want. So I can make it. But then, okay. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm messing with the clock. I've never seen this. So I can make it go in sync with the game, but then when I pause it, yeah, but then it does that. That doesn't make sense. Never mind. I'm just gonna keep doing what I was doing. They kind of have the right idea with this game clock, but it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily work how they want it to. Because like I literally would have to be in sync playing and pausing it the whole time. If I mess up, I cannot reset it myself. Right? Yeah. We'll mess with that, but for now, I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing. Let's see the kickoff from Ernesto Lacayo to the Sugar Skulls. And this is gonna be a return from Aaron Jackson, who's been dangerous. He's gonna push upfield as much as he can. Gonna get it to about the 16-yard line. Aaron Jackson wanted a face mask call, not gonna get it. Gonna be 1st and 10 for the Sugar Skulls. They are gonna enforce that unsportsmanlike penalty on Jalen Sample on this drive. So just like that, Tucson's actually very close to scoring. That's a big penalty. They're actually at the opposing team's 20. 2 men in motion. Jerome Johnson is going to drop back, throw over the middle, and that's going to be a catch to, I believe, Justin McGriff over the middle. I'm sorry, that's Isaiah Cox, number 21. Great catch by him. That's his 2nd catch of the ball game, I believe. 2nd time he's gotten opened over the middle. Going to be 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard gain. And they are going to keep it and actually go to the end zone. Isaiah Cox. And that's going to be a touchdown. The new wide receiver signed to the Sugar Skulls is going to get the late score. And as I mentioned, this offense is just consistently answering back and getting into the end zone. And it's going to be a fake. They fake it to Brandon Mackey out of the backfield. Jerome Johnson's going to keep it and sling it to Isaiah Cox, number 21. And that's going to be a touchdown. As Tucson is not backing down no matter what the scoreboard is. It's going to be a 51-40 ball game as of right now. They are going to be going for the 2-point conversion. Because you got to start converting some of these. They're going to hand it off to Brandon Mackey up the middle. Did he get there? And he's just going to be short. Another conversion that they fail on. And it looks like as well, Michael Todd Jr., the offensive lineman, number 79, does get rolled up on. As he does not look well. He looks hurt. But what's very unfortunate is even though Tucson scores, the amount of times that we have missed an extra point, it's going to come back to haunt us as now these 2-point conversions are not working, you know? It's just like that. It's going to be 51-40. As it will now be a kickoff. As the strike force will receive this. And as I mentioned, Tucson is going to need a turnover on defense. Like, absolutely. A big one. That is the only way. As of right now, the strike force cannot be stopped on offense. I feel like it's been like 5+ straight scores on offense for San Diego. Like, something has to happen on defense right here. And you have to imagine that Ben Woodard is going to be going for this onside kick soon. And that's going to be a squib kick. Going to stay in play, though. And it's going to be returned by Kelly up the middle. He's going to get stopped at the 15-yard line. Yeah, Ken McDonald. Nate Davis has been an absolute tank this game. I mean, I already mentioned it early on. He is such a tough quarterback to play against because even though he's not the fastest, you do not want him to scramble. he will just, shrug you off like it's nothing and just get great yardage on scrambles. But then he can also sling it and make smart throws, as we've seen with Jalen Sample having 5 touchdowns this game. But it's going to be first down and 10 for this Strike Force offense. I actually thought we were going to try getting an onside kick there, but Kaiser's trusting the defense this drive. So let's see. It's going to be first and 10 for the Strike Force. Nate Davis is going to drop back, looking for someone, rolling to the right, and he was hit as he was thrown. Tough throw for Nate Davis there. It's going to be second and 10. It's going to be just under 6 minutes by the time this next play is snapped. Second down and 10. 2 minute motion. Nate Davis is going to quick throw it to the right side. That's going to be Sample, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's going to be Dallas Daniels who makes that catch on the screen pass. Decent blocking. Going to get like 5 yards, I believe. It's going to be 5 minutes and a half left in this ball game. Oh, that's really cool, Kent McDonald. You got to play with him in Amarillo. That's really cool. Nate Davis drops back. He's going to go to the left side. And Jalen Sample almost came out with that catch, but nice defensive play by Breon Murray, number 1. Well, I'm sure you've definitely been loving watching this game in terms of Nate Davis. He's been playing great today. It's actually going to bring up a 4th and 7, though. This is a big play coming up. 4th and 6, actually. As Tucson needs to get a stop here. Nate Davis drops back to throw. He's scrambling to the right, looking for a man. He's going to throw it. And he's going to get the running back, Edward Vander. And as I mentioned, you never know what Nate Davis is going to do. Is he going to run? Is he going to pass it? And at the last second, he slings it to the right side to Edward Vander, who's going to make a great catch. Going to get the first down, and that's a big first down for San Diego. As Tucson absolutely needed a stop there. Come up empty. And now, San Diego, not very far from coming up with another touchdown. It's going to be 3 minutes and a half by the time this ball is snapped. Tucson running out of time. Nate Davis going to throw to the right side off the play action. And that was intended for Cole Blackman. There is going to be a penalty, though. And if this is a penalty on Tucson, just so many times they've just kicked themselves in the foot. And just making it a very hard game for them to come out on top. Especially when these penalties have been happening on defense. And giving the offense new life. And it is going to be roughing the passer on number 10, Rafiq Abdul-Wahid, the defensive lineman, who's been making mistakes like that all game long. And I believe it is going to be first and goal now for the Strike Force. And I am very worried that this next touchdown will be the dagger for San Diego. As with the way this game has been going, Tucson absolutely needed a defensive stop on this drive, and they just have not come up with anything to stop Nate Davis and this offense. Here's the first and goal play. 3 minutes left in this ball game. They're going to hand it off to Edward Vander. He's going to get about 3 yards there on the handoff. Going to be second down and goal. All right, it's going to be second and goal coming up. Going to be about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And it looks like San Diego is going to call a timeout, I believe. Yep. As time is ticking in this ball game. As of right now, Tucson drops this game. The offense, I think, played the best they could. They kept this team in the ball game, but the defense, absolutely, I'm disappointed in them. I understand that you were going against a tough quarterback in Nate Davis, Edward, Vander, running back, Jalen Sample, as I mentioned, 5 touchdowns. So I already knew it was going to be tough against this defense, but they just had to just show some form of life at some point in this ballgame, and they just haven't. And now it's like late penalties, just making it even harder, to stop San Diego from scoring. It's just not looking good. Right now, we are in a commercial break after the San Diego timeout, but especially at that timeout, you can just see San Diego just trying to kill some clock and get another score right here. All right, we are back into the action. It's going to be second and goal with 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Edward Vander is going to be in the backfield with Nate Davis, and that's going to be a pitch to him. He's going to get a short gain as he gets tackled into the wall on the right side. It's going to be third and goal now. And Tucson is going to burn a timeout, looks like. Two years out from ACL surgery. I did not know that. Wow. How old is Nate Davis? It's gonna be 3rd and goal though after the Tucson timeout. They have 1 remaining. And this is gonna be a direct snap to Kelly, as he has been crazy in the backfield. 2 touchdowns to his name today, but that's gonna be a big loss on the direct snap, as Tucson will burn their last timeout. It's gonna be 4th and goal. He's 39? What? That is insane. That is crazy. That is unbelievable. I had no idea. Wow, that's very impressive then. I'm sure a lot of people root for him though. To be doing this at that age, like I'm sure he has a lot of fans. I know you're a fan, but like a lot I'm sure a lot of people that know about his story just want that man to win. That's insane. I mean, I give credit to that honestly, so can't even be mad at that. This is going to be a field goal attempt though for San Diego, as Lacayo is trying to make it a 14-point game. Going to be a minute and 57 seconds left in this ball game. Here's the kick. It's up. And it is good. Right down the middle for Lacayo. And just like that, it's going to be a 14-point lead. And it's going to be 54 to 40 in favor of San Diego. Drafted by the 49ers in 2009. Wow, that's insane. All right. It's going to be a kickoff for San Diego. It's going to be a minute and 54 seconds left in this ball game. I don't know why I'm doing that. There we go. Minute and 54 seconds left in this ball game. All right, Ernesto Lacayo, my bad. We'll be kicking this off as time is ticking for Tucson. Here's the kick. That's going to get into the crowd for a touchback. In my opinion, I really do think the last Tucson kickoff should have been an onside kick attempt. I understand, Kaiser, you want to trust your defense But now, if how much time is left and what they've shown they could do in this game, you should have tried the onside kick. Here's the first play though from Jerome Johnson in this offense. He's gonna go over the middle to I believe TD. Yeah, TD Durojet. Decent yardage there. They're in a no huddle now. About a minute and 10 seconds left in this game. 1st and 10. Once again after that first down. 2-man in motion. Jerome Johnson is going to drop back. And he lets the ball go. Are you kidding me? He's going to pick it up. Going to try getting some yardage. Makes a man miss. Going to get some decent yardage. He's going down the right field. Oh my goodness. Wow. As Jerome Johnson was about to sling that ball, the ball just slips out of his hands, goes backwards for a fumble, picks it up, runs down the left sidelines, changes direction, goes to the right, and somehow makes like a 20-yard play out of that. But at the same time, it's like so much clock was killed off of that one play. I mean, it could have been worse, so I'm very thankful, but it's going to be 51 seconds left in this ball game. After that crazy play by Jerome Johnson. That is going to bring us to the 1-minute warning, though. Ay, man. At this point, even if we score here, it's going to take an onside kick and another score. Like, it's going to be insane in order to come back. I am just very disappointed with this defense. I understand that, you're going against an exceptional offense of San Diego, but at some point, you have to figure out a way to stop them. It doesn't matter how good they are. Good teams adapt. And right now, tonight, Tucson just did not do that. Like, I literally cannot think of one time that Tucson stopped this offense. Not one time. And that's just unacceptable, especially in the playoffs. Right now, we are once again in a commercial break as the 1-minute warning going on. All right, we are back after the commercial break. And it is absolutely going to take a miracle. And I guess we're back to the game. And somehow, Isaiah Cox is going to make a clutch catch. That ball was tipped in the air, not even near him. He runs back in the field and he catches that. He's going to be short of the end zone, though. What a great reaction, though, by Isaiah Cox to come back in and make that catch. That was a very scary play. Came out of nowhere. I don't even think the broadcast team was ready for that. I just looked up and all of a sudden that play is happening. And it looks like Ben Woodard is going to be going for this field goal just to get 3 points right away. Not first and Hall, so first and goal. That is... Oh, they called that a touchdown? I thought they called him down at the 1. I was like, why are they going for a field goal? They called that a touchdown? Isaiah Cox. So that ball was tipped in the air by the strike force defender, and somehow Isaiah Cox lands in it, and they actually called that a touchdown. That's actually insane. And when after the extra point attempt, it's going to be 54-47 in favor of San Diego. And now, if Tucson gets an onside kick here, this could get very interesting. 42 seconds left in this ball game. And this is absolutely one of the biggest plays of the game about to happen. Obviously, Tucson will be going for the onside kick, as Tucson does not have any timeouts to stop the clock, so gonna have to get an onside kick and score quickly. As this is the game right here. Ben Woodard gets in position to kick this. And a timeout will be called by San Diego just before the onside kick, actually. As I believe Strike Force just want to make sure they get in the right position to recover this onside kick. They're expecting it. And as this timeout now ends, Ben Woodard will get a chance to kick this onside kick. Sugar Skull is leaning heavy on the right, though. Probably going to kick it to that side. Ben Woodard ready for this kick. For the game. Gonna go to the right. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds by Jalen Sample. Just going to knock it into the stands. And San Diego will recover. As it looks like that will be the dagger. Tucson with no timeouts. Or the Strike Force just need to kill some time. And that should be the ball game. And no matter what happens, very proud of Tucson for even making the playoffs, you know. Definitely a team that had to fight all season long. And they had a tough matchup. I mean, being down a touchdown against the #1 seed, San Diego, on the road, it's not an easy task at all. So you got to give it to Tucson. They played their hearts out. Defense just could not find a way to stop Nate Davis and the dominant offense that San Diego has. Going to be 1st and 10, 41 seconds left in this ball game. They're going to hand it off to Kelly, and that's going to be a loss of yard. As actually the clock will stop. I forgot. If there is no positive yardage, the clock does not run. So actually, the clock stops at 38, so that's actually pretty big. It's going to be 2nd down and 11. Second and 11 after the loss of yard. They're going to hand that off to Kelly once again. And this time he is able to get positive yardage. And just like that, that will end the ball game, I believe. As they just needed some positive yardage, even if it was at least a yard. And just like that, the San Diego Strike Force are going to take this ball game 54-47. At San Diego with a dominant win. They dominated all day on offense. Jalen Sample with 5 touchdowns to his name. Nate Davis had a great day at the quarterback spot. And this this Tucson offense just couldn't, or sorry, this Tucson defense, I should say, just could not contend with San Diego. Tucson offense, the offense gave it all they had. They were like the only bright spot in this game. As I mentioned, though, very proud of this Tucson Sugar Skulls team. Definitely fought all season just to sneak into the playoffs and taking it to the #1 seed team on the road against San Diego, even losing 54-47. That's a great showing by Tucson, especially against a San Diego team that has a wide receiver that can score 5 times, one of the best quarterbacks and running backs in the league, you know. Great effort by Tucson, nonetheless. Very proud of them today. Had a great job. Had a great time commentating them. As right now they're interviewing Nate Davis, the quarterback for San Diego. Had a great time commentating the Sugar Skulls and San Diego game today. Very unfortunate that Tucson's season comes to an end, as I will no longer be commentating them until next season. I will definitely, keep an eye out for the Rattlers and Strike Force game. That should be a very good game. But nonetheless, Tucson comes up just short as they drop round 1 of the playoffs, 54-47, as San Diego takes it. Jalen Sample, 5 touchdowns with his family in town. Have to be happy for that man. Nate Davis just did a great job slinging the rock today. On the other side, Tucson's offense was absolutely the highlight for them. Jerome Johnson just essentially just took over and carried this offense to an almost close game, victory. Scored 3 rushing touchdowns of his own. 2 of them just came out of nowhere, just unexpectedly scored. But unfortunately, the defense just could not put up enough pressure against this San Diego offense, and that honestly was the difference in this ball game. But just like that, that is going to do it for me this evening. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning into this live stream. Even though Tucson did come up short, as I mentioned from the get-go of this channel, I just want to commentate competitive, fun games. And let's be honest, a 54-47 score, that's going to be a great ball game to commentate, especially in the playoffs. So, GG to San Diego. They played a great game all game. Let's look at the stats really quick. 108 rushing yards for Tucson, 85 passing yards. Average 5.4 yards a play. On the other side, San Diego had 43 rushing yards, 214 passing yards, and average 5.2 yards a play. So very similar. Tucson had more rushing yards. That was their highlight, I guess, on offense. On the other side, San Diego, they did great, passing the rock. But very similar in average yards. But once again, that is going to do it for me tonight. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning into the live stream, just supporting me on this channel. I will be back tomorrow night for the start of the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-game series as the Padres come to town. Not only do the Padres come to town, we have the Dodgers after that, the Rockies after that. So it's going to be a big homestand against National West opponents. And even with the Rockies being in last place, they always give us a hard time, at times. So it should be a very competitive series. Looking forward to it. That will start tomorrow night. I believe it's a 6:40 start time, 9:40 Eastern. So that's when I will be live again on this channel. Once again, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning into the live stream. Last thing I will say is Tucson Sugar Skulls. You guys did great this season. Way to fight all the way until the end, and you guys should be very proud of yourselves. that's gonna do it for me tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning into the live stream. You guys mean everything to me. Thanks for all the support. Everyone in the comments, everyone chatting, talking ball. I really appreciate that. That makes it much more fun for me. And I hope to see you guys next time for the next live stream. Have a great night. Be safe, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. See ya.